Wait. Is that? Oh my god, yes! Rewind the tape!
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of
Hi.
Wait, Rewind the Tape with me, Natalie.
And me, Ruth.
And if you don't follow us on Instagram, firstly, how dare you? Why the hell not?
What are you doing with your life?
Come on, we post some great memes. We post some great content that other people have created. Nothing original. But secondly, if you don't follow us on Instagram, then you won't know what the topic of today's episode is. So, without further ado, let us just say we are so excited about this. So excited.
Saying it's the greatest film ever made, but it's definitely up there.
Not by any stretch of the imagination, but do you know what? It wasn't as... Let's just reveal what it is and then we'll get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna hand over to Ruth because you were the one that actually picked this week and reminded us of this gem.
This is I'm not joking, this is actually one of my favorite films, just because of the memories it holds. When I used to have it on VHS, I would watch it all the time. It's She's All That, the masterpiece, the messiest film. Natalie has just taken out her hair clip and swung her hair around to show you what you look like without glasses and a ponytail. Come on.
Wow, she was hot all along. Who knew? Who knew?
God. Have you seen her in a swimsuit?
Oh my God, that swimsuit is so cute. But we need to, we're getting ahead of ourselves, so let's just wait. So She's All That was, I think, the archetypal, is that the right word? Anyway, it's like the epitome of, I think, that what we grew up. I'm sure prior to this, there were films that did the same thing. So I'm not going to say it invented this genre, but certainly for us growing up in the 90s, this epitomized the genre of
teen movies.
Nerdy girl falling for jock guy, all because of a bet. But really, everybody learns something about themselves and becomes better people. Maybe not everybody, but the main characters.
I was going to say that's so not true. They make terrible life decisions.
Oh my God! Well, we'll get into it. But and it's again the classic thing, and I suppose it kind of. If we think back to last week's episode and what we were talking about when we grew up as young women and the things that we would watch and I don't know why we're going straight into this. This is my fault. Straight into some heavy beauty ideal stuff. But I think all those kind of films. She's All That. Bring It On. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Clueless.
Yeah. It's all that kind of. Let's turn this unattractive quote unquote person and make them attractive to everybody else. They were already attractive to begin with because they're picking people that already adhered to the regular high school beauty standards. But people that they were picking before when they were going shopping, they could have picked some people where it actually would have been difficult. No, that's really horrible. Let me take that back.
Honestly, not really, because really and truly, once you put anybody in the right makeup and the right styling, everyone could be quote unquote the hot girl. Do you know what I mean? But she was strikingly beautiful.
She was so stunning and has a banging bod.
But the body is what really took me out on the beach. I was like, come on.
Seriously. Jeez, Anyway, so when we decided that we were going to watch this, it was when was it? It was yesterday, actually. It was yesterday. My God, we had a real task trying to find it. Let's start there. But we found it, don't worry. And I was going to watch half of it yesterday evening after we'd spoken and maybe the rest of it today because I didn't want to be up all night. But lo and behold, I finished the whole thing last night. I must have started it about I think I started at about 11. And I'm there just like honestly taking notes on my phone. Every 2 minutes I had to note something down that was just ridiculous because I knew I'd forget. So I'm just going to do some, firstly, the opening scene. We start off with a shot of Freddie Prinze Junior walking, aka Zach Seiler, such an American name, walking along into high school. And the first thing I noticed, and obviously when I was a kid, I didn't think about this at all. He is wearing just the most hideously cut jeans. I don't know if you noticed this, Ruth. I certainly didn't the first time around. But they weren't a boot cut. It was more like a straight cut. But because he's he's quite tall and slim. He's not like super built jock. He's like quite slender. They didn't look good. They all looked like that. It was, anyway. So that was like first thing I noticed. And then, of course, I like just going through the cast. It's like Freddie Prinze Junior, who was in everything. Gabrielle Union, again, she was also in everything. Gabrielle Union was in that film. Me too. I definitely forgot Lil Kim was in that film. I was what? And also this is Usher. A film I've watched so many times. I forgot Usher was in that film. And that line, because Natalie made some notes, but that line, dissed and dismissed, I say that to this day, and I didn't remember that's where I got it from. Oh my God. I still say that. It's an iconic line. Like I was like, oh my God, it's coming. Like I remembered when he started speaking, I was like, oh my God, it's coming up. Also, Paul Walker as the villain, rest in peace to Paul Walker. That man is beautiful. But as the villain, I did not find him attractive. Not at all. His black voice was driving me nuts. Like, yo, that's whack, man. I was just like, shut up. Shut up, Paul. I did actually go to school with some guys like that who were just like, in this like middle class area, and they would just use all these words. And I was like, sometimes honestly they would use the words wrong, and I was just like, you don't even know what that means. It was so stressful watching slang. Okay, so because I went to black church, like I know a lot of a wider spectrum of black people, so you literally hear the slang. Like I've heard it for the first time, and sometimes I'd be like, what does that mean? And people would explain it to me. Watching the slang travel out of the city into the suburbs was so distressing once you've seen it in real life. Like that's why now to this day, when people start using slang as none of their concern, it stresses me out because I'm just like, it just irritates me. So him talking like that really annoyed me. He was a real piece of work as well. Boy, was he. I mean, Paul you Walker as Dean. If we were in that film, you would have dated Paul Walker. Shut up. Not true. Honestly, that's not true. Who would I have dated in that film? The guy. He was, but also he did some pretty fucked up things. Calling people the wrong name. the bet was bad. Calling people the wrong name. I also, to be honest, I find like, see, maybe we should just go down my notes in order, because then at least we'll have some kind of chronological order. And so, guys, if you haven't seen this film, not only does it not matter because it's literally every 90s teen movie, in my opinion, it is by far the best one. And secondly, 100%. You should actually watch it because it is hilarious. It's great. And also, sorry, what? How are they 18? They're all 35 and up. You know, because Gabrielle Union was, I think she was 30 in Bring It On, and that was how many years later? Yeah. How many years later? What? Okay, let me check. I was thinking it's like a phrase. I don't like, as in like how, I don't know how many years later that was. Oh, okay. Let me check. Bring It On was 2000. So that was only a year later. Okay. So she was 29, maybe 30. Maybe it's madness. There's no, they release it later than they record. Yeah. But they're not passing for 18-year-olds. It's madness. I would be, if we were casting now, I would be 18 and so would you. We would be in high school if we were in one of these films. My favorite of all time was Ryan in the OC.
because I was old enough to know that was not a teenager. And I was just, and he looked a bit older than all the rest. I was like, who is this? A new student who is a fully grown man. And why hasn't anyone noticed? Such a bad boy. He's failed so many times. He's still in high school. No shade to that man.
I never found him attractive when the OC came out. Obviously, I was a Seth Cohen, Adam Brody girl, obviously.
Stan.
Yeah, and I obviously he's a beautiful, beautiful man. I stand by that. But I just never was into Ryan.
I didn't find him attractive at the time, but now I find him attractive.
But I found him attractive because that was the kind of guy that I was into, that I dated, you know, like emo skaters, like
you're talking about Zach Brody. I don't even know his name. No, it's
Adam Brody. Yeah,
Adam Brody. I still don't find him attractive. I liked Skater Boys, but he didn't really look like a skater boy to me. He was more of a
it's like an indie.
He was too earthy.
He was too like salt of the earth.
Yeah, I liked Skater Boys that looked a bit more like Harry Styles. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought. Do you mean like young Harry Styles, or not Harry Styles now? Because he's
it's Harry Styles now.
I wouldn't
imagine Harry Styles now in an oversized white t-shirt. He would literally,
right, yeah.
You know what I mean? In those exact clothes. Yeah, but I wouldn't find Adam Brody. I didn't find Adam Brody attractive. I just thought he looked like a nice young man.
Back to what's his name? Ryan, Ben. I want to say Ben McKenzie. At the time in the OC, did not find him attractive, but now
I find him attractive.
Very handsome. Yeah,
I find everyone attractive now. It's ridiculous to look at a film star.
Do you mean now in that you're older, now that you're grown, or now in the pandemic where everyone just
oh my god, I don't know which one it is.
We don't know anymore. That's what the pandemic has taken from us, the ability to discern for ourselves whether a human being is attractive or not, because we want to attractive to us. Sorry,
I know, but I know it sounds really kill the world, but when you really think about it, people get annoyed listening to this, but everyone is attractive. Like everyone has, you can't, because anything that you find unattractive in someone is usually based on some like just watching too many adverts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Then something that is you're maybe more sexually attracted to more people than you possibly would have been pre-pandemic when you.
I would put money on that, but to be honest, I don't know. I would just say that watching television, like obviously everyone on TV, like they're literally like we talked about this before. You have to be smoking hot.
You have to be smoking hot, and if you're not, then you are a character.
Like Laney's best friend in the film, but we do see the progression.
Oh my god, I love him though.
He's so sweet, but we see the progression of that character from this film to Mean Girls. He becomes like a central, hilarious character. Whereas
who was he in Mean Girls?
He wasn't in Mean Girls, but his equivalent in Mean Girls was
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And also now looking back, I would guess that he was queer, but or possibly gay, but it would never have been explicitly said at the time, unless they were making the character like so over the top,
overtly camp.
Yeah, but to fit like a stereotype. Not to say that, I hate when people say that sometimes, because it's like when people say like if you were to say like the role that Gabrielle Union played in that film is like a stereotype, and I'm like, to be honest, I'm kind of like her in real life. So first of all, don't be rude.
She had a great character to play because she was nice.
Yeah,
but she was like.
I'm so sweet for a really hot it girl.
Like, you know.
But to be honest, it really, looking back, like they weren't necessarily the it girl. Like they weren't it. Well, maybe that's what an it girl is. They're just wealthy. An it girl is just a rich girl, right?
An it girl, yeah, totally. An it girl, well, like popular, it's somebody that has enough money to buy the right things and look the right way for that time, you know?
Oh my God, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's a bit mad. Right, so where are we up to? Right, okay, so basically we haven't even described the premise of the movie because I'm guessing everybody has seen it. But
it's popular boy
gets dumped by popular girl.
Let's
start there.
TV star.
For a reality TV star who later becomes Scooby-Doo. So
can't see him any other way now.
No, not at all. Again, it just shows that they were all in the same movies at the same time. Okay, this isn't the same movie because it's not, but it's a kind of not a teen romance, but a teen horror. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Freddie Prinze Junior was in it. Matthew Lillard.
I don't know who
Brock
that
anyway
is.
Was in it. Sarah Michelle Gellar has a cameo in.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, when she has blonde hair, I forget her name. I just say Buffy. I'm like, oh my God, Buffy. But she's married to Freddie Prinze
Junior, and they have been for so long.
That's as ridiculous as I don't know why I find it ridiculous. Anna Kournikova and Enrique are still together. Enrique and Iglesias.
Oh my God. Oh.
They have the cute guys. Go and stalk their family. This is me trying to stop gossiping, and I'm like, guys, have you been on Anna Kournikova's Instagram lately? So random.
Right. So, yeah, the boy gets dumped. Boy places stupid bet with dickhead friend to say that he can make
his friend. He is not his friend.
Not at all.
He's so jealous of him, but it's just because they're both like popular hot boys, so they just hang out together.
And makes this bet to make over any girl within 6 weeks and make her prom queen,
which
on
is
the premise
so
that you
ridiculous.
Can take anybody, as Ruth said earlier in the pod, you could take anybody and put the right hair, the right makeup, the right look, and the right man on her arm.
Most importantly, honey.
Oh, probably not on her arm. You could put her on the arm of the right man.
Yeah.
And she would be
the
prom queen. Yeah.
It's really about the fact that she's dating him.
That he has taken an interest in her. And this guy is like, everyone loves him. He can say hello to you but call you by the wrong name. And these suckers are just eating it up.
When he called that girl by the wrong name, that was another line of the film I remembered, when she's like, that's not even your name.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter because Zach Seiler has deigned to speak to you. He's deigned to even say hello, to say your name that's not your name. That is your name forevermore.
Like that in school that was that hot? I feel like I did in year 7 and year 8, but after that we didn't have that anymore. Oh my God, I did in 6th form. Woo!
No, yeah, I think yes, we would have done. But we didn't have a particularly big school.
How many people are we talking?
In my year, I think about 120.
In the whole year?
Yeah.
Oh, is that normal? Let me think about it. How many?
5 classes of 25.
We had 240 in a year.
Yeah, and our long-time listeners, our two of our biggest fans, they had like 400, either 400 or 600 pupils in their year.
Where was this?
Brighton.
Are there only 2 schools in Brighton? What's that about?
I don't know, but that's crazy in 1 year. So, like, obviously, you knew everybody that you went to school with, or that was in your year. It wasn't as if I feel like in
that's too
American
many people
schools,
in a year.
There are when you only have the proximity you have to people that are in like the higher tiers of popularity, the only contact you have with them is just kind of seeing them from afar, and you don't really know anything about them. Maybe it's easier to kind of not idol. Well, I guess idolize them as they do in these teen movies. I don't know if that happens as much in real life, but when there's so few of you in a year, you kind of like, I guess you.
That's not enough people. I don't know anybody that much.
So anyway, Dean, the dickhead, picks out Laney Boggs. I mean, for starters, Laney Boggs. Why can we? What's going on with who picked the names?
It has to be really obvious, like who's who. It's a teen movie.
Yeah, but Laney Boggs.
Yeah, like Boggs, toilets, bog standard. It's got all the right connotations.
That's so British. I don't think that's American.
Is bog standard not American at all?
No way. Say bog standard in an American accent and you'll know that no American has ever said it before.
Bog standard?
Exactly. So bog standard. It doesn't work.
Laney
Bog standard.
First of all, who is making that joke? This is how you can tell me and Natalie are like a little bit nerdy. We've got wordplay over here. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that was the clue. I wonder what other wordplay we could do. Got another big star in it is Kieran Culkin. I mean, he was also in quite a lot of stuff. Oh my
God. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I just made up that he was Macaulay Culkin's brother. So I just
not at all. Yeah.
They look so alike.
They do look alike. Like brothers, practically.
I wonder where he is now. I want to know.
Who? Kieran Culkin? Yeah. Succession. He's like one of the main stars of Succession. No. I wish. No, Succession is about like an horribly obnoxious rich family and their bid to all get
Rupert Murdoch sons.
Is that what it's about? I've only watched like a few episodes. I really need to get into it because I feel like
I'm not watching
but it's just so hectic.
And I'm not watching it. It'll just like I've decided to stop watching things that make me angry. Like if I don't like the people in real life, watching a show about them and what they do is just going to irritate me even more.
I'm tired. I would highly recommend not watching it then.
It's not really about them though. I just think it's so cool. Oh my God, so random. But Ugly Betty's on Disney Plus now. What?
Oh my God.
I can't watch it for a third time. I've had enough. I will.
Oh, I've not watched it a second time round. Maybe I need to do that.
There are some seasons. I'll give you the best ones.
Okay, cool. The best episodes. Let's move on to when Zach, because his amazing sister, and I love his sister so much, played by Anna Paquin. She's brilliant.
I never 100% got her because I was like, is she supposed to be like a cool goth? Or now I just think she's just a young socialite.
She's just a young girl that goes to Catholic private girls' school.
So she's basically edgy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edgy, but probably like smart and isn't like in maybe like the main popular group, like in the alternative. I don't know. Look at me. I didn't go to her school. I don't know.
No, but these are all tropes. We need to get them down.
Absolutely. So his sister, Zach's sister, says to him, duh, why don't you find out what Laney is into? What does she like? Go to where she hangs out. So what does he do? He goes to her fucking place of work. The falafel house or whatever it's. She told him to go to the places that she likes to hang out. You don't like to hang out at work. You just go to work. It's not somewhere where you would want to meet people.
Oh my God, I've just thought of 3 guys that came to my job when I was between 16 and 18, and I just thought they were just coming. They didn't. I feel like I've had this realization before, and every time I have it, it feels new.
What, that they actually wanted to get into you?
No, I thought they were just coming because they needed something dry cleaned and they knew I was there and they wanted to gossip. And I love a gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
So anyway.
God, if one of those guys wanted to get into me, he should have. But he was also a bit of a dick. God, maybe I would have been into Paul Walker in real life. No.
So what's his name? Zach goes to the falafel house, and then this bit really got me. So Laney's like, what are you doing here? She's one of the only people that doesn't fall for his like puppy dog eyes.
But she does. The reason she...
It's because she's protecting herself. She's
She's just assuming that if a guy like that is into you, rightly fucking so, there's an agenda.
Yeah, but most other girls wouldn't have been that. They wouldn't be cagey. They would just be so happy and so thrilled. Whereas she's like, what the fuck? I'm going to call you out on this. I'm not smart, so you can't copy my homework. And what does Zach fucking say? What does this piece of shit say? I'm sorry, he says, Laney, I have the fourth highest GPA in our class.
He doesn't say it like that. And that is an iconic line.
Look, I mean, okay, it isn't quite that sassy. It is a bit more like, look, it's more like he doesn't need to be so like, I'm smarter than you. I'm not, I actually just want to talk to you. It's not because I need anything from you, because I'm way better than you in every way.
Not only am I rich, good looking and popular, I'm also really smart.
Like, I choose this, Laney. I choose this. I choose to talk to you. I mean, I love that line, because the stereotype is that it's like a dumb jock, and he's like, no, I'm different. I'm a smart jock. What are you talking about? Can we just also talk about, like, fast forward a few years, the Cinderella story, which is essentially Chad Michael Murray, also really smart. I feel like it's not a trope about the dumb jock. It's also, there's a trope about the jock who's actually really smart but has to hide it from all of his dumb jock friends.
That is exactly. That guy is always the main character.
Always. Oh my God, I've got to hide all of my college acceptances from Ivy League schools.
It's so hard for me. But to be honest, I can't lie. I did kind of feel that thing, because it just made me realize, wow, I really, like, when I was going to uni, I didn't so everyone was applying to uni. I hadn't put in any applications, and like the teachers were calling me out in front of people. Like the head of year was like coming up to me in front of people like, Ruth, you haven't applied for anything. He was like, what? And people would be like, what uni are you thinking of going to? Because in my head, I'd always thought, like, as going through school, I'll go to university. And I thought it was weird that there were children in school who thought that they might not go. I was like, because to me, it's just a part of your education.
It was a given. Yeah.
And I remember having a conversation once with someone who was like, but what if you don't go? What if you don't get in? And I was just like, everybody gets to, like,
yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Do you know what this is? Like, like it's like saying, what if you, but now I guess you could have that fear. But even then, like, I know people who resit things. Like, I was just like, you just
But his fear wasn't that he wouldn't get in. His fear was picking where to go.
Oh, no, sorry. And then, like, when I got to that stage in my life, I just decided I couldn't pick anything. And I realized I don't want to go, and I felt this huge pressure. Not only did I end up applying, I changed my course that I wanted to study and my number one pick. So I wanted to do English at Leeds, and my dad was like, no, you're doing law at Durham, and I changed it. I didn't get into Durham in the end. And I ended up going to Leeds. But yeah, that was a mistake. But if I'd done English, I could have, who knows what uni I would have gone to.
Yeah, I mean.
Who knows what I would have done? Who knows who I would have been? Yeah.
I'm not saying that you'd be here. But
I've also, as you get older, you kind of realise, like, that whole fantasy gets done so quickly. Like, you probably would just be like.
Yeah. It's like no time of your life. Anyway, we're fast forwarding slightly, and I'll tell you for why. It's just because I thought it was so funny at the end of the film, or towards the end of the film, where when Zach's dad, who is went to Dartmouth, and Zach's all like, the expectation for me to pick Dartmouth and pick my dad's life, blah blah blah. His dad didn't even give a shit. His dad literally didn't give a shit. He was just angry that his son had not put his
No, Natalie, I don't know why you're caping for his dad. His dad 100% has raised him to go to that university. He wanted him to go
I do not doubt that. I don't doubt that. What I just thought was funny was that, and I don't know whether it was an intentional thing where they were like, everybody thinks that we're going to write this so the dad's a dick. so we won't do that, or whether they just ran out of steam and ran out of time, and they were like, you know, well, let's just close this chapter.
They thought it was implied. They were like, listen, this movie is 1 hour and 40 minutes, and these kids have an attention span of 50 minutes.
But his dad literally was like, it's okay, I don't mind.
Oh, maybe I was straightening my hair at that point.
That's what I wrote it down. It was so funny when Zach was just basically saying, you're never home half the time and you're pissed off all the time.
That was an iconic line. Everyone always wanted to say that to the, like, you're a miserable, get anywhere.
Yeah. Shut up.
Your life. Now I wouldn't mind that career. I wouldn't mind that career, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't listen.
What career?
Anything that he'd mapped out for me. You know, cash would have been great.
No, I don't want. No, thanks. So let's flip back to another absolutely iconic moment in the film. Now Zach actually is going somewhere. He's learnt his lesson. Don't fucking go to the girl's place of work, because that's not where she hangs out.
No, but that is the only way he could have found her. What was he going to do? Research, ask her friends.
School.
Yeah, right. This is Zach. He does what he wants.
He could have gone and asked her at school and spoken to her at school.
He could have gone to her like literal best friend and been like, what's a cool way to get in here?
Why does everybody know that that she works at the fucking falafel house? I don't like.
No, that's the thing. When you're at school, everyone knows who has certain jobs. Like, you know, the girl who works in Mango, you know, the one who is a dishwasher at the pub. Like, you just generally know what people do.
In a school that size.
Because you're also like, okay, did you not have we had a baguette shop, which seems so ridiculous now to have a shop that sells just
only catered baguettes. It's not a bakery, it's a baguette shop. It's a baguetteria. I'm
realizing now that it obviously wasn't that. That's just what we went for. Like, it wasn't a baguette.
It was a bakery. It was your bog standard bakery, your Laney Boggs bakery.
It was owned by one of the girls' mums, and like everyone knew that was her mum's. But
that's because it was her mum. That was her family business. It's not like she just worked there. I wouldn't say that everybody knew that I worked at Monsoon Accessorize.
I knew that there was this kid who I never ever spoke to, but I knew that he the chip shop. I knew his family had that chip shop.
Because his family, of course, you know, like the family businesses.
Okay, I was friends with him. I was going to say, I knew Johnny Tasser worked in Domino's in Wild Green.
Are we using full names here?
Shout out to Johnny. Love that guy.
So what we're not getting to is that Zach's now realised, but I think his sister told him again, you're a fucking idiot. Why did you go to her place of work? That's not what I told you to do. Go find out where she hangs out. So then he goes to the theatre, the amateur dramatics.
Not what happened.
Yeah, it is.
No, when he goes to the baguette shop. When he goes to the falafel place, he's her best friend is there, and her best friend's like, you could go to you could have my ticket to the theatre tonight.
Oh yeah. But then I'm sure, maybe I'm imagining it. I'm sure the sister is like, why would you?
No, I don't remember that bit.
I'm sure there's a point. Maybe it's after they've done the theatre thing.
I don't remember that bit. I just remember her best friend being there. And when I was younger, I thought it was weird that her friend was just at her workplace. But when I was I think I was 16, 17. I used to I had my own shop. I would go to in half term. My friend would work at her mum's, her stepmom's like electrical like stall thing in this indoor market. And I would literally just go and sit with her. And like we would just chill and chat all day. It was ridiculous. And I think
I've done that before.
But when I was younger, I was like, why would anyone want to sit in a falafel place while their friend works?
Bizarre. So, yeah, you're right. He takes the friend's ticket. What's the Mac? No, the sister's called Mac.
I'll get his name.
And I mean,
his name is Jesse.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That checks
I don't
out.
remember that. I mean, it sounds right, but I do not remember.
Like,
he's in Daredevil.
Yeah. Augie.
He's in the Butterfly Effect. He was in the Mighty Ducks. God, he's
oh my god, the Mighty Ducks! Such a good film.
Great film. Yeah.
It is really good. That freaking theater scene. Like, I'm sorry, but it just wasn't good. That performance genuinely was so bad. The hacky sack was better, and the hacky sack was awful.
The hacky sack thing, I just used to. The reason I'll never forget it, hacky sack, is because the first time I watched that film, I think I was with my sister and my cousin, and we just couldn't stop laughing when that scene, like,
because it's just ridiculous.
Even when I watched it today, I was just like laughing my tits off. To anyone who hasn't seen it, basically she's into the arts, so they go to the theatre and he thinks he's meeting her there, so he's sitting in the audience. It's like, I'm guessing, an independent theatre or whatever, and there's this guy,
amateur dramatics,
like, a weird performance art thing with, it was a little problematic, I guess, but I'm not going to get into it. And then
also, what I loved was the guy next to Zach that leaned over and is like, Gerard, whatever his name is, he's brilliant.
No, but it really is like that when you go to certain art spaces. Have you ever been into like one of those really artsy people and you're trying to get down, but at some point you're just like, what the fuck is this? What is this?
You're really trying to find something, some kind of meaning in it, but it's too conceptual.
Also,
it's so conceptual. There isn't when Russo's a hot garbage, this man is stepping out of a garbage can. It is literally and figuratively hot garbage. I know we throw the word literally around a lot. Everybody does. That's just life. And most of the time we're using it incorrectly. But this was literally garbage.
I feel like we use it correctly, but that's not.
No, I think sometimes everybody overuses that. I won't say it's just us.
Overuses, but still correctly. Remember when it was irony? Oh my God, glad that's over.
And then what's bizarre is Laney comes onto the screen, and what does she say?
So he thinks he's gonna meet her there, but then Laney comes out and she's part of the show, and that's when he realizes, oh my God, this girl's like really cool and otherworldly. She has silver paint on her face. No, I think that's the point.
All over.
Because like they're all like high school, the world is so small, and then she's like in the show, and he's like, oh, this is different. And then she basically sets him up, so he has to come on as a performer, I'm guessing to humiliate him. But luckily for him, not only is he smart, handsome, rich, he's also an amazing improv performer.
Yeah. And he had a hacky sack in his pocket, and I think that's probably...
Google it if you don't know what it is. It's basically what we call a small beanbag. A fucking beanbag. Who has a beanbag in their pocket?
Who was the first person to develop the hacky sack? To concept that as an activity, a pastime.
I bet you any money that same person is now doing parkour as we speak.
I think that person was a failed parkourer. I don't think that they're doing parkour.
Skateboarding.
With
have
any
you
skill.
Tried hacky sack?
That's what you graduate to when you go to college. And you're like, oh, I won't skateboard anymore. I'll do hacky sack instead. Oh my God, no. The guy that does hacky sack is also the guy that ties a tightrope between trees.
at the park, the
Mhm.
guy that fucking juggles, he has stilts. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
I'll never forget. There was this guy who was literally like a bodybuilder who would be at all the parties and stuff that my friend was into. And then we got to one, you know, like the park that everyone goes to at uni. We got there and he was just randomly on stilts. And we were like, what is going on? What is this weird world we live in? That was so funny. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for him. He did this powerful performance. At one point, I felt like Laney was moved to tears.
She was. What?
And that I found absolutely absurd. Absurd. Like I wrote that as a note with lots of like crying, laughing face emojis. Laney is moved to tears because this is Zach bearing all on the stage. You know, keep moving. You got to keep moving. Don't let it drop. Don't let it drop. And he's relatable. Sweating under the lights. It's like he's lost everybody in the stage. That he's no longer on the stage. The stage does not exist anymore. It's just him and the ball and his foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a powerful moment. And that was better than the hot garbage trash that was on before. So it wasn't, if nothing else, it was hilarious. I mean, what he was saying was all right, but it was just ridiculous and funny. Yeah. It's my favorite point of the film. Cute suck. Just because I always burst out laughing. What are you doing right now? Another phrase that you've taken through even to this day.
I definitely remember where I got that one from. There we go. Oh my God.
They come out of the theatre and they are absolutely buzzing. They're buzzing. Zach is like, I can't believe I did that. That was so
she's
good.
Annoyed. I think she's just like, bitch, you're not going to outperform me at my thing. This was supposed to be funny for me.
She finds it like tedious, like how you'd find a small child tedious. But that's only because, he has outshone her at her thing. And she's probably like, oh God, this was the one thing that I had.
And here you go.
And here you go with your handsome richness. Fucking doing better than me. And I also have to say that the whole like theatre thing is never mentioned again for something that's supposed to be so integral to her life. That is the first and last time we ever see the theatre.
No, but she's more of a painter. It's just like perform. And also remember, it was 6 weeks. They only knew each other for 6 weeks. How many performances does she have lined up on the way to graduation?
I guess, but we still never, I just feel like it would be more a part of, I don't know.
No, because she's working on her final piece for she's literally finishing her A-levels, basically doing her final piece of art coursework to get into uni.
To get into art school.
And she's also just casually part of this performance 6 weeks before. So, hats off to her. A painter, an actress. What next? Oh, fucking hell.
An it girl. God. And then another brilliant moment in the film is when Zach finally convinces her to take her glasses off so that he can see her beautiful
your eyes are beautiful.
Your eyes are really beautiful. But she's not fucking having any of it. And I like that.
My eyes are beautiful. I thought you were here to learn about art. You're just
fuck you.
You're just trying to get in my virginal panties. Yeah, we get it.
But then also when she's like, it's fine, I'll get a cat, I'll drive home with Mitch. And you're like, there's this whole other, like, why is she even bothered about what's happening at school when clearly, like, she has like a life with these theatre people.
She's
with, like,
18!
But if you were 18, would you not be, and you were in a theatre group, you'd probably would just be like,
you'd be ashamed. Shit. All of the things I did outside of school, I kept to myself. I was deeply ashamed. Now looking back, I should have been very proud, but I was embarrassed. I wasn't like, oh yeah, and I also like sing in the church choir. I was like, oh, I'm going to keep that one to myself.
But how much of that was also, I'm not saying that you only did it because of your parents, but that's something that you did as a family. I think,
It was more like, I remember when we were around 15, we had this really intense vocal coach, so we'd have to have practices in the week. And I remember just like lying about like where I'd been. I think it's also like a religion shame thing, and it's definitely also like being in a school full of like white kids who already are giving me grief for anything, for being myself. But still, like, you're making it seem like these kids are going to be like, wow, theatre.
No, not from their perspective, but more from her. I'm thinking, like, why would she actually, why wouldn't she just be a bit more like, I got like other shit going on outside of school.
She doesn't seem that concerned, but I do feel like you're underestimating like the longing to be wanted, because some of those girls are really, remember those 2 girls that come up to her when she's in her art class and tell her that she should try killing herself?
That was a bit much. That was,
I mean, there were some really intense cunts in school though, you've got to remember. And I'm guessing a lot of them are just really wealthy, and it just gives them a sense of, but it did kind of make me think, like, when you're young, you don't realize like those people are just intensely jealous, and they just feel the need to come over to you and say something to put you down. But they also have an air of arrogance, like they are genuinely better than you. I bet they can't even paint a lick.
Probably
a fucking lick.
Probably
Talentless
not.
Bitches.
But also probably had quite miserable lives themselves.
Oh, so what? It doesn't give you the right to just go around telling people.
No, of course not. But it is, I think, yeah, like, it's unforgivable. It is.
It's not just what they say. It's not what she says then. To be honest, when she said that, I thought they were just really weird people.
At the party, when she just further a bit. Yeah, she could have, but yeah. I mean, who can give that much fucking sass sitting on a toilet floor with vomit all over you?
When I was younger, I thought she was on drugs. I just assumed it was drugs. I didn't realize alcohol does that to you. I was like, oh my God, I wonder what drugs these are. It's just vodka.
So, if we go back to where we were, I think we're coming up to the good old beach scene. And another one of my favorite characters in all teen movies, the Jeep. The Jeep. Every single movie had one of those open frame Jeeps. This one had 2. Like, how much do those things cost?
But they're super rich kids.
No, I get, yeah, of course. But it just, how much does, how much do you think?
No, but it'd be like, oh no, I don't know. It'll be like the kids in sixth form who drove the Mini Coopers. There weren't many of them.
Oh yeah. It's true. We had the Beatles, the new Beetle.
Yeah,
we had a few of those too. Okay, so now we're at the beach. What's his name? Zach has kind of tricked Laney into going to the beach by threatening to stay at home playing video games with her brother,
which would have been so cute.
I don't know why she wasn't like, I mean, I guess I do, because you're like so embarrassed by your family.
Also, you don't want him getting in with your family.
Yeah, or potentially thinking that your family's a joke.
Oh my God, my dad would have been so different. He'd have been like, who is this boy?
Oh God.
He would have had a swift exit.
Yeah.
You're not coming into our house, buddy.
But it doesn't matter, because Laney's like, you know what? I'll go get my suit. She means swimsuit. And what a swimsuit it was.
I love that she's like, I don't wear a bikini because I am a conservative geek.
So I'll wear a nice low back, sensible navy blue swimsuit.
Think Baywatch, but navy, because, I'm a geek. Ridiculous.
And I'll bring my sketch pads onto the beach with me.
Which seems like a really fun thing to do, I'm not going to lie. She's living the life, that girl.
She really is. But lo and behold, guess who arrives at the beach, at Zach's special spot? right at that exact moment, none other than Dean and his gang
of popular kids.
His posse of popular kids.
And this is where we learn who the nice popular kids are and who the really cunty popular kids are.
As if we didn't know.
Yeah, they kind of lay it out in the first scene in the
They
film.
really do.
There are no hidden agendas. The dicks are the dicks.
And they all play volleyball and everybody's like, damn, Laney, you got a slamming bod. Who knew under all of those baggy overalls?
And this is when you know how jealous Dean was of Zach, because so that Dean's the guy Zach made the bet with, but Dean, like literally anybody who Zach shows interest to, he's like, yeah, maybe I should like that girl. What, you like her? I can tell you really. I was just like, why are you
I like her harder.
We're in competition about everything. If you haven't noticed, yes, we've noticed, we get it. Jesus.
And we're bored. But you know what? They have a really nice time on the beach. And then they decide. She makes
friends with Katie, who is Gabrielle Union, as I always call her by her full name.
You've got to.
Listen, she's a legend. What do you want from me?
Right.
But they make friends over the fact that, oh my God, this girl actually wants to do things on the beach, not just lie here in the sun. She doesn't want to
just tan.
Also, I'm a black woman and I would just never just sit here with you. That was always so confusing. Like the first time I went on holiday with like a white family was with my friend, and like when we got there it was just like
like how you say with my friend, as if the first time I went on holiday with a white family was with a strange family
was with
who I didn't know.
I don't know. It was with my sugar daddy. It was a weird time in my life.
Okay, sorry.
But when we got there and it was just like, okay, what are we doing now? And it's just like, we are literally lying in the heat of the sun.
We're toasting.
And I'm just like, why? This is uncomfortable. I don't understand why we're doing this.
To get dark.
I'm like, I'm literally a black woman. Oh, a girl at the time. What do you want from me?
But then so that they can compare.
Oh, don't trigger me.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. I'm darker than you. Ha 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 ha. Phil or whatever your name is. Fuck off. I would never laugh at that. I would just stare at people. Don't get it though. Even when you tell them to like fuck off, they still do. You can literally say fuck off and they still don't get it. They'll still be like anywho, so back to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Preston is having a party. The popular black kid.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, he's the popular rich black boy whose parents own Ford, which doesn't make sense to me.
No, I think they own a Ford dealership.
Okay, I thought
it's maybe called Harrison Ford.
Okay, I thought it was like, you know, when how you can have a franchise of oh, is that
a car dealership? Well, I don't actually know, because
I thought it was like a franchise thing.
They earn a lot of money for car dealership. Yeah,
I
don't know what.
They could have like a load in the area. Like, I don't know if it's still a thing, but in Birmingham before there was a Mercedes dealership that wasn't. It was Mercedes, but like a person owned it.
Yeah,
They had multiple of them. So I don't know if that's still a thing.
Anyway, he's an like insanely
really
wealthy kid, and he's having a party because, of course, his parents are out of the house and they trust their young 18-year-old high school son to stay at home.
I mean, he seems like a really chilled out guy. Like he's
a nice, a lovely guy. But also, that party was crazy.
Also, look how, sorry, I have to get political. Everything's political. Fuck you. I'm talking to myself. You know, like it goes, how I was comparing it to Mean Girls, the evolution of character. It also shows how we went from like the black cast members being just part of the friendship group to them being like the unfriendly black hotties in Mean Girls who that don't even have a part. They're just like there and they're scary.
Or they're like, isn't there an African group as well in Mean Girls? Oh no, it was like nerdy black kids and popular black kids.
Yeah, the popular hot black kids.
Yeah, and Katie thought that she could fit in with them because she grew up in Africa.
Oh my God, she was a child of the empire. Throwback to last week.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
We were talking about The Pie, which is the best
party
film because
okay, so this is where this is where the makeover happens.
Yeah, so, the makeover where she goes from being like a regular mess to the hottest girl in school.
The absolute hottest girl. And also, might I add, this is where Mac, who's Zach, oh my God, I've just realised, Mac and Zach. No, Mac and Zach Siler. Fuck off.
Yeah, but he would have been Zachary and she's probably
Mackenzie.
I was going to say McDonald, then I was like, that's not a name.
She was McDonald Siler. No, for sure she would have been Mackenzie, I think. Pretty sure he actually says that. Anyway, so
I remember
so she can cut hair.
Yes, that upset me because my haircut would have never come out like that. My haircut would have been like, whoop.
It's not the haircut that I remember. I remember it being more of like just an actual bob rather than like the layered kind of shag.
Then layered hair was a standard, and also like we weren't. There was two types of. Sorry to be such a cunt about it, but there was like a long bob. Not like the lob that came out in the noughties. Like the bob was generally a bit longer than we're used to.
Yeah,
like maybe half an inch shorter than yours right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I should cut it for you. I'll just pull out some scissors and you'll look like you had a professional haircut.
And you tell me where to cut.
And then
go on, carry on.
I was just going to talk about more hairstyles, but no, it's not important.
No, this is how have we not talked about it? Just the fact that Laney's like, I'm not going to go to this party because I've got to clean the house. Obviously, we all know she doesn't need to clean the house. But the fact that Zach comes along and is like, well, I've got people to clean your house for you, so don't worry about it. How did he get these kids to clean the house?
Because he's the captain of the football team and they're the junior football team. So they're just that. I think it's like
who look age appropriate, unlike freaking Grandpa Prinze Junior.
Listen, you need 10 years of experience to get this job. So we did.
It's like, yeah, I know that it says that it's a teenager, but we really need you to have been an adult before you can play this role.
You need to understand all perspectives.
So the thing, again, that got me, and obviously when you're a young kid, you don't really think about stuff like this, is that he turns up with this crew of cleaning people, with like the football team. Great, fine. But then, like, holds up this, when she's like, I've got nothing to wear, holds up this tiny little red dress.
That dress was sexy as hell.
It was so sexy, but I feel it just, for me, that was a bit like I don't know.
What?
Maybe I'm being a bit.
I love that dress.
I just felt like it was a bit unseemly of him to be like
almost to her knee.
You need to go and watch it again. It was not.
But like I will wear a top and be like, this is a dress.
A sheer crop top. It's like, what?
So what if you can see my vagina?
It covers my boobs. What are you?
Oh my God. I literally
Meredith over here.
Oh my God, that is my all-time favorite part of The Office. It's Casual Friday.
Your boob is out, Meredith. Yeah, I'm a bit like, it just feels weird when he's like, where does he pull the dress up from? Where's he, like,
oh my
where's
God,
he
who is
carrying
holding the
it?
box? And I didn't realize when I was younger, because I used to see like dresses come in boxes with tissue paper and films, and I thought that's how they wrapped clothes. Now I'm older, I'm like, no, they're really expensive clothes.
Yeah.
You're not going to get your H&M dress.
That's not from Miss Selfridge.
Honey, that ain't Tammy. Girl, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, it was a beautiful dress and she did look great. It was, I'm not going to call it a glow up because
beautiful.
she looks the same. She just had a haircut and
but that haircut did the job.
I think it was the skimpy red dress.
The dress, the makeup,
the shoes, like the
sister gave her a professional makeup.
A professional makeup, yeah.
And no shade, but why wasn't this is shady. But why wasn't his sister's makeup as good as the makeup she did?
Well, I think the sister's makeup, she was supposed to be, a bit grungy, but not grungy. Like bad Catholic schoolgirl, edgy Catholic schoolgirl,
Until yesterday, I did not realise that she was a
Catholic schoolgirl on a pathway.
Suki Stackhouse.
Yeah, true story.
Who also dyed her hair blonde and was suddenly really hot.
So now this is again another aha moment for Zach Seiler, who obviously kind of knew that Laney was hot. He's seen her in a swimsuit, he's seen her in a leotard, he's seen her in a lot of bodycon clothing.
But that slow motion walk down the stairs and
oh my God, to Sixpence, and I assume that he could also hear Sixpence Nut and the Rich are playing.
The music is actually, whenever you hear the music in that film, it's always from his head. He's like, oh my God.
So they go to the party. Another great moment is when Kieran Culkin is like mock kissing in the air.
The way that Zach turns around and catches him and then just accepts it.
And he's like, I'm not mad. I'm not embarrassed. Yeah.
And
I did what I did. So they go to the party. They're at, as we said, this sick house. It's huge. There's loads of people there. Everyone's acting like they're, again, the age that they are, the actor age, as opposed to the character age, because the house parties I went to at that age were not like that at all. Like, at all.
Between the ages of 16 and 18, that's when we were like dressing quite old and acting quite old, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does, but your idea of what old is.
Yeah, it's just like playing music and dancing in a circle.
Yeah, but also getting blind drunk.
I didn't drink until I was, 16. My bad.
Shit. And so we haven't actually spoken a lot at all about Taylor, who is Zach's ex-girlfriend, because she's quite a vile character.
Yeah, so she's like the replaceable hot girl. Is that really a good message for young women?
None of it was a good message for young women.
I get that she's like the mean girl, but it's just like, she's just a replaceable anybody. She's going to grow up and be nothing. Do you know what I mean? You're like, fucking hell. I get it, but Jesus. She's the mean girl.
Yeah.
She's also hot.
Oh, she's gorgeous, yeah.
But I never thought she was when I was younger.
Well, I suppose because you're maybe trained, I don't know, you're led to.
I think it was because the main character looked like a model. So what do you want from me?
Yeah. Another funny moment is,
give it to me, baby. The dance.
The dance where I'm like, was that choreographed?
Oh, no, not that one. The give it to me, baby dance. The Rick James moment where her new boyfriend, the reality TV star, went So the popular it girl comes to this party and her reality TV star boyfriend
That's what I mean.
embarrasses her.
Did
by
he
dancing.
choreograph that? Was that dance
100%.
choreographed? He had to learn this dance. It wasn't any of it ad-libbed. It wasn't just like, hey.
I think no, you're right. He did that. He was like, listen, I'm basically Jim Carrey. I am so in character that I'll just make it up. And it's just like, love, you are dancing at a teen party at 40 years old. Go for yourself.
Need to take a look in the mirror.
I'm just
please.
I do remember when I was, maybe because I fucking loved that song. When I was younger, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was like, it was more to prove that he's like a cool guy. But now I'm older, I'm like, oh no, he's a loser.
He gets a picture of himself tattooed on his arm, captioned "me."
That's quite a cool tattoo.
It looks frightening.
Look what I think is cool.
I mean, his was admittedly better than hers.
Yeah, hers was trash.
It was really awful. So yeah, we're in the party, and then Laney gets to have a kind of comeuppance moment. Maybe not comeuppance, that's not the right thing. She gets to draw a clown face on one of the girls that told her that she should kill herself.
Yeah, try killing herself.
She tried to be nice to that chick as well, to give Laney Boggs credit. She tried to help out this chick who was.
It's the moral of the story is never be nice to elitist girls, man. They just can't. Sorry.
Yeah, or I mean, let's not just say girls. Let's also say, I mean, why are we being nice?
Oh my god! Because
the men that are
guys, because men are so they're taught to believe themselves so much that even if they haven't got all of that privilege, they still think they're all like that. Whereas with no, I'm joking. Oh my god! I'll never forget when I realized like a man literally can have nothing going for him in this life and he will still talk to you like shit. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm fine with that. Oh, I'm beneath you. Okay, right. Sorry.
Is this after? So wait, it's after the party when she goes to. Oh yeah, God, we talked about this earlier. When she's had her makeover and suddenly she's at school and wearing not completely off-brand clothes. It's close enough to what she would have worn in like tone and pattern, but it's completely different to what she would have worn before. So much so that you're like, why did you have this in your wardrobe? You didn't. What the hell?
Didn't he also, which I never heard before, he said something like it was like $1,000 makeover or something. So I feel like he
bought her a
like
whole
that.
wardrobe.
I don't know, but I'd never heard him say that before.
She would never accept that. She just wouldn't.
Oh, honey, she accepted a lot of things we thought she wouldn't accept. Okay. But oh my god, I'm going to skip to the end, like a bit, just to say, like the final scene of the film is when I was like, "You're a dumbass."
Well, who? Laney.
Yeah, when she's like laughing at him losing the bet, like, oh my god, the bet that was about me that I was humiliated about. It's suddenly so cute and funny. Oh my god, you're so crazy.
Yeah, this person is actually a bit of a dick, and just because he's attractive and charming, you've let him get away with it, and he probably does really like you and want to be with you. But
stop
also
judging me when you say things like that. I'm like, who are you talking to, her or me?
I mean, look, we'd probably all be like, sure, Freddie Prinze Junior.
A name. Are you a porn star, sir? And if you are, send me the OnlyFans link right now, please.
Yeah, we'll pay.
I would still like to see that. Okay.
He looks good now. He's also aged into his looks.
I haven't seen him.
He's just because he's got like his pepper hair and he looks.
The cast went on to do amazing things. The whole cast. I checked.
What did Rachel Lee Cook do?
Okay, except for maybe the main two characters, but she was in a lot of.
What do you mean the main two characters? Freddie Prinze Junior did a lot.
No, but he did a lot of like teen movies, and she did a
Right.
lot of teen movies. But like the rest of the cast are like working actors till this day. No shade. Oh God, it all sounds so mean. It's not a shady thing. I'm saying they were a good cast. I can't believe Usher was the DJ at their prom.
He was the DJ at their school. It's kind of like, was it ever? Do you go to school here, or are you simply the radio presenter at this school?
I feel like he had to have gone to school here. There.
Again, what business does a 35-year-old man have going to high school?
No, Usher then was 20 something. He actually was a baby.
Okay, fine.
I mean, a baby compared to the 30-year-old. Yeah. God, I love Usher.
Also, I don't understand why Laney would have agreed to go to the prom with that Dean guy.
Dean, okay, how did Dean get away with being such a dick? Dean told her that he that they had a bet, that she was just a bet. That's why the head jock wanted to take her to the prom. You were just a bet. I actually really like this girl. And then he tries to sexually assault her at the end, which is the only part of the film where I was just like, okay, this is now really hitting the nail on the head of the teen experience. Sorry.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Oh, I had something to say about these two. Just, it was about prom and about. Oh yeah, why?
Remember the choreographed dance at the prom?
We'll get onto that. I have this weird thing about how that, like, in all American things that they're seen. Why do people have to have a date to go to prom? It's as if you are not allowed to go to prom unless you have a date. That's what these TV shows and movies kind of, that felt like it was the message. You know?
But you do have to have a date to go to prom.
No, but they make it sound like to physically actually be admitted into prom, you have to have a date.
Yeah, but that guy who went with the blow-up doll. It really annoys me that person ruined Lil Kim's prom picture. I'm like, she has 2 lines in the film and you're ruining her prom picture. How dare you?
Yeah. And he was the guy that had to eat his own pubes.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the eating the pube scene seems so much more disgusting when I was younger. So like Laney's brother's being bullied because he's a head nerd at school. No shade. He's being bullied by the cool rock kids who are also.
I mean, in fairness, like, why is he roller skating around the dining hall, offering people cracked black pepper?
I think he actually works for the dinner ladies.
Who has that as a job?
I didn't think about it before. I just accepted it because he like, somebody doesn't like their
clearing
food and
up.
he takes it back. Yeah, I think he actually I think the point is that they're like not rich like all the other kids, that they actually have to work. And remember that line, isn't your dad my pool man? Or is he my pool boy?
Kind of like he owns his own business that is obviously going to be super lucrative because all of you bitches have pools.
Literally,
they have a pool.
They have the nicest house. Like you know, at the end where it's all lit up with fairy lights, I'm just like, isn't this the poor family? Like, what? Yeah. But they couldn't make it too sad, could they?
Oh my God, we're flip-flopping a lot. I mean, yeah, the porn scene, not now, it's kind of like, well, like, it's more not sure if, I don't know. Like, to be honest, the pizza makes me feel a bit more sick. It looked like
I used to love that pizza. It looks like the pizzas you used to get from Asda.
A small one-person,
mini
frozen pizza. Yeah.
I used to love those pizzas. And at school, actually, the pizza slices weren't too far off that. I used to love those, and I used to love the
ones that were square.
No, we didn't have squares. We had triangles.
Oh yeah, no, ours were. It was like a sheet pizza.
Ours was the same. They just cut it into triangles.
Oh.
like it would have been a rectangle that they cut into triangles. There's no way. There was absolutely no fucking way those were individuals.
Yeah. That wasn't a pizza slice from a round pizza.
Oh, maybe. But anyway, it's the cardboard base. Like, the base of the pizza is like cardboard anyway. Yeah. So it really keeps its shape. But I used to love those. And our chicken burgers were literally like 2 pieces of bread and a piece of chicken in the middle. And I would like not even a shred of lettuce. I can't believe that was my daily diet. That's so bad. Oh God.
Yeah, good old school dinners. So let's, because we need to wrap up soon. So let's touch on the prom. Yeah, of course there was a choreographed dance. Sure, why not?
No, that was too much. I felt like that was, it didn't make any sense. It was so unnecessary, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, fine. We'll give you that.
Yeah, we'll let you have it.
It's fine. What I found a little bit, again, annoying was that when Jessie, that's Laney's friend, overhears Dean in the toilets bragging about how he's gonna like take Laney to a hotel room
and deflower her. Oh God!
Like, why? Why does her friend and Zach's sister run to tell Zach?
Oh, because
why are they like, hey, Zach?
Because everyone realizes that man is a cunt and he's gonna do something horrible to her.
So, but what? Laney is still at the prom at that point. Why are they not like, Laney, do not leave with this man? Why the fuck are they like, no, we've got to get to Zach all the way on stage rather than finding Laney in the crowd and making sure she doesn't leave with this man who is probably going to try and rape her? What the fuck?
God. I didn't think about it like that. Or maybe they just wanted to, maybe they thought she might be into it and they just wanted her to stop her sleeping with somebody else. But either way, it's a mess. I just never thought about, why would you? I would like you to tell me, please. Unless they couldn't find her. But did they say to him, we can't find Laney when they found?
Because they didn't try. That's why you couldn't find Laney Boggs. You didn't even try. If they'd at least been like, Laney, where? Like, oh shit, she's not answering. God, where? Oh no, we can't even see this dickhead either.
Completely out of breath. So I do think they'd been running around. That was really.
But you could see them shouting at the back of the crowd. You see Laney in the shot saying, and Dean saying, "Hey, should we get out of here?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." And they're like maybe 10 people behind them.
So right, you are.
And even at the point where, like, the sister's like, we've got to go and tell Zach. No, you've got to go and tell Laney.
Yeah. It would have saved a lot.
Or does it have to be like, the trope has, because otherwise they had to tell Zach, because how else would he have known and therefore driven around calling all the hotels in LA, in Beverly Hills, to find out where they were. And then
he had to be the hero.
Looking out, but he wasn't a hero because she saved herself. She was the hero that she needed. He just was like, I'll go to her house and wait there.
He was the hot piece of ass.
I mean, whatever. And his suit was trash.
You hate this man.
But I don't, because he's so,
don't deny it. He
nice and charming. But exactly, when you rewatch it, he was a dick. But I didn't think that when I was younger, because you're just like, oh wow, wouldn't it be great if that happened to me and the attractive rich man wanted me?
I never saw myself in her. Also, I can't believe we haven't spoken about the fact that her mother had died.
What will we say?
Because it's like a huge part of the storyline is that like her mum's died and she's like had to take on this role as like sort of like a caretaker,
a carer, yeah, and also I suppose in like filling the vacuum, but like a bit like a wife to the father.
Yeah, like a housewife almost.
Yeah.
And then
filled the vacuum for their lives.
and then she like towards the end of the film, in the 6 whole weeks that she knew this guy, she completed this painting because now she's suddenly emotionally able to be vulnerable and create incredible art because, you know, the love that she found in this man with this connection in 6 weeks really brought her out of her shell to the point where her art teacher says to her, I saw the picture you painted, and I've got to say, she was like, the vulnerability I've been looking for in the thing I've been telling you for years, you finally found it. So whatever's changed, hold on to that.
It's like, it's worse than that. It's more, it's like, so whatever's opened up or whoever's opened you up, don't let them go. As if it couldn't have just been Laney's own emotional like growth that that it might have been facilitated by somebody else, but it's the way that they talk and the way that it sets it up is very much like, wow, you were changed by a man. And that's
you'll forget gender for a second. Love does change you. Drastic life experiences
6 weeks
does change you.
Yeah, no, of course it does.
Also, this teacher 100% can see that she's literally completely changed and doesn't even mention it.
Like, yeah, why is anybody not actually a bit like, okay, 6 weeks seems a bit mad for this fucking 180. Maybe we should talk to...
She doesn't become prom queen, by the way, which is the bet. The bet is that he can make anyone prom queen in 6 weeks, but the other girl wins it by a small percentage of the votes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, I don't know.
It was a brilliant film, and I will not hear anything else.
For how irritating it actually is. Like, if you think about the way that we've described it and all these things and like these cliches and these, it should fucking vex us so much. It should have annoyed me watching it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I loved every second.
I did. I thought that I'd struggle getting through all of it again as a 33-and-a-half-year-old woman watching something that I watched over 15 years ago, but I didn't. I liked it. It was
the soundtrack for one. They had that like when it wasn't Kiss Me. What are they called? Sixpence None the Richer.
None the Richer, yeah.
What a name. They had the song of the time, the song of the moment. Plus, they also had this like a nonsensical 90s in between love scenes music that all of those films have. Like, and it just plays whenever they're having this romantic moment.
The same
way
again.
in Scandal, when Fitz and Olivia would have a romantic moment, the same music would always play.
Oh my God, that overture, the Fitz and Olivia.
I think it goes like... Da, 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 da. No,
that is absolutely not it. I don't recognize that.
It goes,
I think it's like no, it's like no wait, it's like damn it, you never mind. Go listen to it yourself. It's like
I can hear it in the Return of the Mac. It's nothing like that.
Oh God. So yeah, I guess there ends our fairly chronological summary of She's All That. It was.
And I've got to say, like, if you've listened to previous episodes and you felt like, if you thought, oh, Malcolm and Marie review, if you really liked that film and you were like, oh my God, these girls hate this film, or maybe I hate this film because, you know, these women hate this film. Like, listen to what we like.
people are not.
Don't be influenced.
Like, oh, I thought I liked this, but Ruth and Natalie didn't, so therefore I mustn't.
Anyone giving like a really critical review can actually almost convince. I've had that with music where I've heard music and I've loved it and someone's dogged it so much I've listened to it again and been like, is it that good? But after a minute I'm like, no, it is that good. Because people, especially if they notice something in the music, like, oh, but haven't you heard that sound? And then and then you're like, oh my God, that is kind of annoying. But yeah.
So one bit of feedback that we got that kind of, I suppose, informed this choice is we picked something that we knew that you guys probably would have watched, like with Bridgerton, because maybe you feel a little bit, well, there's not the same pressure for you to go out and watch the film before listening to the podcast. Maybe you feel a little bit more like you're part of it, you know, the in-jokes. Maybe you have no idea, and maybe you don't care at all.
You might have never seen this film, but I also just wanted to do a film like a comforting film that we would enjoy.
Comforting.
This film is like putting on, I was going to say an old pair of shoes, but I don't have any shoes that are that comfortable that I put
It's
them
like
on.
putting
I'm like,
on a well-worn, paint-splattered smock.
We've all got those, right? Right.
You know, yeah. Oh, let's not forget what the terms of the bet were. Again, this wouldn't. How did this happen?
And also, wasn't his dad there? His dad seems like he was a jock anyway.
Oh, for sure, his dad was a jock. But like, tell me this. How did he get into his chair and nobody said to him, "Sir, why are you naked?" Tell me that. Tell me why no one said, "Zachary, put some goddamn, where's your gown?"
You are a 35-year-old man and you are naked at a high school graduation. Please.
You could get arrested for less. This is crazy. That soccer ball is not covering anything.
Oi,
No, I
oi.
think it's covering. But then he throws the soccer ball at Laney, and she catches it and it's all like, ah.
And he decides, instead of going to the Ivy League universities.
No, this was a joke.
He doesn't say that he's not going to go to Ivy League. That's one thing I didn't understand when I was younger, that you can go to an Ivy League and study like an arts thing.
Yeah.
He studies performing arts, so he probably
No, I don't think he does. I think that was a joke.
What?
I don't think when he's like, oh, I'm thinking about performing. I don't think he actually is going to fucking go to Yale. What, is there a sequel that I don't know about? What are you talking about? He goes.
Zach goes to Yale.
Read the fucking fan fiction or something.
No, what I'm saying is, like, for my entire life, I've believed that's what he does.
Right, okay. I hate to break it to you.
It's not a joke.
I also hate to break it to you, but I think like you guys have got together as soon as high school's ended, just before you're both going to college. This relationship is lasting
their lives
another 8 weeks max.
I don't know. We had a couple in sixth form who, I thought they would never last. I think they're still together. Yeah. Oh,
we've got quite there are some of those that got married, but my point is, it's not these two. You never know. I'm calling
Why
it.
am I doing performing arts school? Zach Silver. He went to performing arts school. That wasn't a joke.
He's
not the best actor.
Yeah, how? He didn't apply to any performing arts schools. He would have had to take a gap year, find himself, reapply, or go to like a community college.
He went. I'm going to find out. I'll come back to you next week.
He went to any one of those Ivy League schools and he did whatever.
He did performing arts.
I'm not having it, Ruth.
He did. I promise you, that was one of the big things of the film. He finds himself. She's all that performing arts school. Does he go to performing arts school? Okay, Google. Can somebody tell me?
Fucking come through. Maybe we'll do a poll. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we should do that. Let's see what our listeners think.
Everyone will agree with me. I'm so confident.
There's no way.
He went to performing arts school.
He didn't even apply.
Yeah,
he just walked into a performing arts school.
You're also forgetting he's extremely wealthy. He's a straight A student. He's gorgeous. He's head of every club. And he's good at everything. Of course he went to performing arts school. I'm sorry, but if Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen have a podcast together, I think it's fair that Zach went to performing arts school.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't know if you guys knew that. That's what I found out today.
What a time to be alive.
Obama and Springsteen. So
is that what it's actually called?
Oh, I don't know. No, I want to say it's called Renegades.
Okay, that seems 100% more likely.
Let's have a look. I don't know why I'm looking. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yes, it's called Renegades, born in the USA. Okay. We've talked enough crap about a beloved 1999 film. She's All That.
Great film.
Great film. So yeah, tell us, what do you think? Did Zach go to performing arts school?
He definitely went to performing arts school.
I don't know.
Oh
You
my
tell
God.
us. You tell us.
What mess will we cover next week? Who knows?
It's hard to say, but guys, actually, if you want to let us know whether you like listening to films that you may have already seen, if you've seen it, or if we should just do something that you've never seen that's really obscure,
We're gonna do what we want either way, by the way. But its feedback is always nice. I'm just keeping it a buck.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it'd be nice if people.
I think we should definitely do a vote one week. But there is a film I really want to watch next week.
Do you want to say it now, or do you want to tell me off air?
I can't remember what it's called.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. That checks out.
Galaxina?
Oh, Galaxina.
I really want to watch that. And I think we should post it and tell everyone to watch it.
We should, we'll post it. We should do it sooner, before the weekend, I guess.
Definitely,
yeah. Okay. Right. That's it for us now.
Have a great week, everyone. Oh, I can't believe we didn't mention any of the crazy things that have happened this week. We'll talk about it next time.
Oh my God.
See you later.
To the movie, She's All That.
I think it's more ridiculous that of all the things we've seen so far, this is really, by critic standards, this is by far the worst. This is like a 4 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. And this is what we are.
Including all the porn we've watched?
Yes. I'm not joking. Except for maybe 2 of the pornos we watched, which were just us. But this is the one we really zoomed in on, talked about, when in chronological order. Natalie made a list of notes.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with our taste buds? Anyway.
It's also the one where we barely talked about the clothes and the fashion, apart from Zach's questionable style choices and that red dress.
That red dress is iconic. Yeah. And I also really like Gabrielle Union's bikini on the beach.
Yeah. That was very cute. She looks great. So there you go.
I think they all have to look great at all times. I think that's kind of the point. Who do you think fucked on that movie set? Never mind. Terrible question. I've just remembered I'm not supposed to gossip anymore.
I think that might be where Freddie Prinze Junior and Sarah Michelle Gellar met.
Grow up, Natalie. No, she was there because she was his girlfriend. No,
I don't know. Hold on. Sorry. Well, there's just this one thing, and then we will go, guys.
Look what we disagree on. I think he went to performing arts school. Do you think that's where they met for the first time? Because I thought it was just like her cameo. Her whole point of her cameo is that, like, it's not just because she's Buffy.
Oh no, yeah. Hold on. Wait. Oh yeah, they do. So they met while they were filming I Know What You Did Last Summer, but they didn't start dating until 2000.
Well, this film came out in 99.
Yeah. They're a very good looking couple. Okay, I need to stop. See you later, guys.
How do we end it there? Bye.
Wait. Is that... Oh my God, yes! Rewind the tape!